Look at your other type. Like that. Are you sure? I just said one, two. Did you read just now? I mean, it's shadowy. It looks like it was like the 90s. Oh, make sure you block her face out. I don't want her face out. That's not Usher on my way with you. Yeah, that was a celebrity. That's a sick. What did you see that made you so perplexed? I smashed. You look like Cal Mitchell. I didn't even think of that. You look like Cal. That really is a play. That is a great picture. That massage. The Wolverine? That's like for those society. That's what's each one of that? Did you play that inspired? You lay down on the bed. It's a little white together. Yeah, I gotta have to learn that. Yeah, I gotta get it.
That's actually not nut color. That's like, it's a little bit too cream though. That's kind of like a nut color.
I was about to say unhealthy.
Yeah.
It's like the one that the guy slept with.
Did you end up doing anything?
Did you wear that? Did they pay? Really? Yeah. Call me out my house and they make me pay. I was joking. I had to call them. That would be like 7%. Yeah, no. He dragged me over.
What? What do you want? What do you want? What? 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 Hell you want? What?
Stories each and every night. And so I'm going to keep track using an AI to write stories for me and let my kids actually make them. So you have to read the superhero with better names in the story, and I can tell them how long to make it, what age to make it for. And this is a perfect story for them to help me write. And they just light up when they see themselves as the hero at the first right? This kid was blue, the first was green, and the first purple, and so everything was red. Check this out and give it a try with your kids. This is a big process of hundreds of games or lots of different conferences. That's what we mentioned. We're touching on to the college with something else. Thank God your IG is private. Someone else will I don't know if it's private or people just don't know how to find her. Let's not make them trouble. Yeah, of course.
Yes, I have a reminder, call in. Every tier has access to the voicemails on Patreon. Let's get them as soon as we can. Here we go.
What's up? What's up, Julian? Baby? It's Bernie calling from Southern California. So, I just had a quick question. A couple years back, I started hanging out with this girl that was actually an ex of my best friend. And we started going, days close and we fooled around, a little bit, but I had asked him if he was cool with it to get his blessing. And he said that he didn't bother. And the little backstory, I didn't really know them when they were together. I wasn't really talking to my friend at that time. So I never knew them as a couple. It wasn't until years later after they were already coaching on that, we hung out. And she was here with me. And she was a man. I think so. Of course, I was wanting to get something. So my question was, are all of your friends just off limits? Yes. And is that cool? If they're no, it's not cool. My scumbag. He said it out of the young Alright, thank you guys later. You asked your friend.
What you want? What do you want, bro? What? What you want?
I've had people over here and they talk about Illuminati. Do you believe in it? No. Literally, people come on and think it's real? Yeah. I'm religious. I'm Jewish. Nobody asked me to join none of them secret societies, right? Nobody. I'm like, hello? Can I at least get an invite to a cocktail party? Hello, welcome to another episode of Love Shay Shay. I am your host, Shannon Sharp. I'm also the proprietor of Love Shay Shay. The guy that's not going for conversation in the ring today is one of America's most famous and successful entrepreneurs. He created the world's first trading platform. He's one of the top 10 Wall Street traders of all time. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest single e-trade transaction. One of the most influential people in the sports industry. Self-made multi-billionaire, savvy entrepreneur, internet pioneer, genius financier, highly respected businessman, and celebrated sports owner. He helped the Dallas Mavericks win their first NBA title in 2011. Primetime television star, he was a shark on the award-winning TV show Shark Tank, and an executive producer for Academy Award-winning movies, best-selling author, average philanthropist, humanitarian, and local. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Marty. What's up, Jay? I love that intro, man. When you hear all those things, you're like, damn, I'm like, no more. They're just telling me I'm home, that's all. You drink water? Yeah, do I drink? Yes. Okay, it's my own cognac. It's called Shake by Portier. You ever think about cognac? A little bit, but I'm a simple man. I'm not like, I didn't expect you to take this to no one. I didn't say I never have. I'm just saying. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for good one. Appreciate you. So when you are being simple, yeah. A tiny one. So let's get right into it. Your big acquisition this offseason was Klay Thompson. Obviously, you got we know you have Kyrie, a guy that can take big shots, tremendous handles. How were you able to convince Klay to come to Dallas when his dad wanted him to go to LA? He grew up as a Lakers fan. Kobe was his idol. How did you convince him to join us in Dallas? Klay goes to Kyrie, get your kid, right? They know him, they play with him, they understand him, and that's really what brought players in because of his relationships with players. And so they went out and spent time with them, got to know him better, and really, I think Klay was ready for all the degrees he got last year, and really the way it ended. So the timing was right. And kudos to Klay for being willing to make the move. That's how you play big. He could check in and time for it to happen. Is it hard to convince players when they've had such success in one locale and they've been there for an extended period of time, and that's their identity? They're known. He's always going to be known as a warrior. No matter what happens, if they win a title here, he'll still be known as a warrior. Is it really hard to convince players to join a new franchise when they've been associated with one franchise? It depends on the number one guy, or number two guy, or number three guy. Okay. Right. If you're number one, like Steph's number one. Where you can understand. Now, LeBron's moved around just for different reasons, but the number two guy,
Just play there. That's why you play there, right there.
The numerous
Play out.
but it takes somebody who's special.
All right, get up.
Somebody who's
Get
got
up.
confidence in themselves, somebody who's got the ambition, and somebody who
Play there. Bang.
Clay's got a lot to prove, which is great, because those are the kind of guys you want on your squad, right?
Bang.
Because they're going to work harder than ever.
Play there.
To
Play there.
Harris. I really like that Harris is cutting time.
I read about Trump's plan for a national sales tax on groceries, clothes, and medication, and I would call
Roll
some
over like that. That's how you play dead, right there.
I can't afford that.
That's how you play dead. I say play dead. That's what you do. Bang. All right. Play dead.
My expression.
That's how you play dead, right there. Come on. All right, get up.
The doctor
Yeah.
did great at explaining that
Play
the
dead.
treatment plan for me was what I needed.
So I got treated on my forehead.
My crow's feet.
Play dead.
I'm so happy with the results. My results are subtle.
Play dead.
I'm still myself.
Just fearless.
Play dead.
Doctor at Botox Cosmetic, whether it's
Play dead.
the effects of Botox Cosmetic, they spread hours
Play dead.
after induction causes
Bang.
Learn more at
Bang.
BotoxCosmetic.com.
Bang. Play dead. Play dead. Play dead. Play dead. Bang. Bang.
This season, since you won the NBA title,
Play
you did
dead.
the NBA finals. You could have an outstanding year, and I think you finished top 3 in the MVP.
Play
Kyrie was
dead.
sensational.
Play dead. Play dead. Play dead.
Yeah, right. I mean, they didn't have a lot of weaknesses, and so and in order to beat them, we had to make a lot of tools. We just didn't, three-point shooting wasn't up to par where it was during the playoffs in the regular season. We couldn't get stops like we needed to, and we couldn't get to the rim the way we needed to. When Jalen Brown is blocking shots at the rim and being a rim protector, it's not a good day. So, credit to them, but adding Clay, adding Najee, I mean, we got better.
You know, this previous offseason.
Play dead.
You trade me.
Play dead.
Signing in free agency. How did you know they
Play dead. Bang. Bang. Play dead.
How did you know they
Play dead.
Right? They understand the game. They know how to
Roll
play,
over.
what it takes to win. They complement each other.
That's a good boy. You halfway there. Halfway there.
Kyrie's quick.
You gotta roll over and play dead, man.
But just plays the game a little differently. And when you have a backcourt
Play
that
dead.
can complement each other and both are willing to
You ain't gonna roll over.
let the other guy lead when the time is right, that's when it's going to work.
But we halfway there.
They couldn't figure each other out because they hadn't had a preseason together. And
Gotta teach my dog how to play dead, man. You want some bullshit,
we
though.
didn't get it right at the beginning, but by the end of the year, they were playing off each other great. It was like, because Luka just loves to start a game by taking over. And then Kai is fourth quarter Kai, right? And if Kai is rolling, Luka's like, here you go. And if Kai's not rolling, he goes, give me the ball, it's my turn, right? And then when they got that respect and that relationship, that's when everything changed.
But you know, Kyrie have a history of what transpired in Cleveland.
What's the word, cuzzy?
The nasty thing. So, how do you deal with a player that, it might not have worked out over
I'm on this boat trying to catch a couple fish. I got 6 fish left till I can leave this lake. And they try to rock me to sleep. I ain't gonna lie.
How their actions are. When you watch Kyrie, before he came to the Mavs, when you watch Kyrie after the game, you see it in football, right? Those guys who swap jerseys, slap each other right, and walk out the door, never talk to each other again. Right. Kyrie is one of those guys that he's going to hug you, embrace it. Yeah, he's going to hug you like he's known you for 20 years, and you guys are first cousins, right? And that says something when guys are getting that close to each other. And so when you talk to players, they loved him.
Yes.
Nobody had a bad word to say about Kyrie that ever stepped on the court. And so to me, that was all we needed to know. And then from there, all the things he said, okay, what went wrong in Boston? What went wrong in Brooklyn? A lot of that is maturity, right? But a lot of it was circumstances too, right? How often is COVID going to hit, right? And lead to those circumstances. And what we learned was you just like
Yeah, over here playing FishingPlanet.
I say this all the time, like, if you go back to your college days and you're sitting in the dorm and you're hanging out with friends.
They try to rock me to sleep, though. I ain't gonna lie.
There's a couple guys that want to get trashed and talk about
Waiting for this food to get done, cuzzy. Hungry as hell. Yeah, man, I got 6 more fish left until I can leave this fucking lake. They try to rock me to sleep. Got a blunt nose minnow. Son. Oh. She on my phone acting crazy at 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning is crazy. I'm about to eat and go to sleep. She fried.
Once we saw that, I mean, to me, it was easy to make that decision.
It's 5 for the morning. She better got me fucked up, girl. The movie Flubber, yeah. Swear. It's that
I
shit.
thought it was a team killer, right? I was just like, I never talked. There was no point. There was no reason for me to talk to people about him. Right. It's just like, hey, if he doesn't want to play with the mask up the top, great. Right. If things don't work out on another team, great. But when the opportunity to trade for him came, I said, okay, let's do the work. And Nico did the work. Jay Kidd knew him. Nico knew him for years, and it was like, okay, let me talk to folks, and everybody loved him. And so then you looked at the organizations he was at, and
That didn't help the situation.
yeah, right. And so, I mean, I knew all these owners, right, and I knew the circumstances, and so, it wasn't a hard decision, right?
What? When you sit down and talk to Kai, and you mention it,
Yeah, she gotta catch me tomorrow or so.
and he's talking about things that normal guys can say probably
Or
not
something.
talking about. But when he got dropped by some of these major sponsors, what did you share with him?
I was like, can I help? And obviously, when it comes to shoes, which is big money off court, we got Nico Harrison right there, right? And so Nico gave him a lot of guidance and support. He talked to him and worked with him at Nike. So Nico was great. And, I talked to Kai about business, and he was just like, Mark, I just want to be myself, lead the way I want to lead, and be creative. And he found a great deal, right? And he's been making it work. If you notice the deals he signed since he came to us, there's no problems, right? There's no issues because we just let Kai be Kai. And when you do that, good things happen.
Now, is it true that when Giannis was a free agent, did you want to try something? Because I'm reading out this says like you passed over Giannis.
Okay, two different things, right? So when Giannis was getting drafted, right?
That's when you passed.
That's when we passed, right? Because we had Dirk, and this is like 2012, I think it was, in 2013, and we just won the championship 2 years ago, and so some of our people wanted to go for Giannis.
Okay.
I wanted to trade down, and we ended up getting Shane Larkin, not because so much of Shane, who could play, but we needed that cap room to go out and try to sign somebody to propel Dirk. We wanted to go for the goal to get another one. Right, we wanted to get another one. So, but it's just the way it worked out. And had we gotten Giannis, we never got Luka.
Wow. Yeah. So how do you do that, Mark? Because you're like, okay, there's this guy here, and we have a superstar already on the team. And we're trying to maximize because he's not going to play another 10 years.
Right.
So we want to maximize this. So how do you really determine? Because you look at guys like, damn, we don't have Luka.
But remember, so Giannis coming out, there were like, I vividly remember, there were 2 VHS tapes of him playing in the Greek League. That was all they had to show me. Like the old school tapes, if you went into a yard sale, right, and you find these tapes, and, it's got lines and everything, and it looks like someone's mom shot it.
Yeah.
That's what it was, right? And look, he got drafted at 13, I think, or something like that. And so, it wasn't like every other team knew about it either. But, you have to respect Dirk. You have to respect what he's done for us. And I already know, like, Dirk, if we had just, instead of going for it in free agency, if we had just said, okay, this rookie's going to be great, it would be like, what a shit show. With all love, right? Because Dirk's all love. But, so, just out of respect to Dirk, it was my final decision. And we went for it. And we didn't get the free agents we wanted, but that was the plan.
Joe Biden is out of the running, but the Biden
You wish you ate flubber? What in the world? Type shit.
President Harris and Senator Bob Casey are still riding with Biden. They need to take the wheel.
You wish you was just go bounce around just doing all types of shit. Could be that, girl.
Overturn the Biden-Harris car ban. Paid for by American fuel
I don't know
and
what the fuck you doing, but
Has the buck always stopped on Mark Cuban?
something going
Right,
wrong.
it was my team. It was my responsibility, my final decisions, for better or worse.
Because I heard Jerry says, no one can run the Cowboys better than I can as a GM. Is that how you feel?
You There's going to be a lot of people who can run it back. Obviously, someone's going to get the chance now.
Yeah, no.
But Jerry, Jerry and I had the difference is between us is Jerry
Why
saw.
don't you remake that shit? Figure out how to
And when he talks about running this thing as
figure
a
out how to
business
make
and
you
as
some
a football
flubber, man.
team,
You gotta get in the lab,
and they've got 12 and 5
get the cooking,
years, right? So it's not like it's something, right? And you know how hard it is to get over the hump.
make you some flubber, cuz I got faith in you.
You playing against Mahomes, like the Michael Jordan and some respects and quarterbacks, then it was Brady before him, right? And so I'm not disagreeing with Jerry. I just think you got to give more credit to luck because luck has more impact than probably anything I could do or anything Jerry could do.
So have you had conversations with Jerry about, Jerry, I don't know, maybe you let such and such, maybe it's a different eye.
I've had conversations with him in the past, but not about players, right? Because I don't know shit about football players. I mean, I got my own fantasy football stuff, right? My son Jake is just all about fantasy football, right? But yeah, you've got to live to make those kind of things. But I've talked to him in the past about coaching decisions and stuff, but that was probably 10 years ago.
This Michael Finley, Grant Williams, they tell the story, but I want to get to Luka. I believe if Luka would train the offseason, get himself into top
Is that
shape,
your favorite movie?
I don't think Luka realizes he's great. I'm talking about he's transcendent, he's historically great. But I don't think Luka realizes how great he can be.
Yeah, I mean, look, see, we all mature as we get older, right? And this is going into a 6th year. He learned what it takes to get to the finals for the first time. And that tells you a lot. It's like with Dirk. When we lost in 2006 in the finals in Miami, Dirk's attitude changed completely.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of movies. I don't know if I got a favorite one.
I mean, literally, like, no alcohol during the season. Which
I've seen a lot of movies.
No sweets, okay? No fried food during the season. Just complete about face on how he approached his profession. And Luka's smart like that too. Now, I haven't talked to him this off season about all that kind of stuff. Was that? What about Luka? Hey, let me just tell you this. I know one guy who's about 7 foot and is a Hall of Famer who introduced me to Luka. Right? One time I tried it, and he ain't slowing down. He's like 37. So I'm not going to judge there.
Okay.
What do you think about it?
I've never tried it.
You never had it? I've only done it twice.
You like it?
No, I've only done it twice. That tells you everything. Yeah.
So tell us the story about Grant Williams. You signed him in free from the Celtics. And I guess Michael Finley tells the story that he's trash talking Luka in practice. Were you there that day?
I wasn't there that day, but I heard all the stories.
So what happened to the rest of the what was relayed to you?
You want her to eat it? Eat what? Eat the flubber or eat the dick?
Grant's a great guy. I still keep in touch with him. I like him a lot. And he was trying to define his...
You say you try and get her to chub on your flubber, huh? Try and get her to chub on my flubber.
like the enforcer. And he also wanted to be kind of the adult on the court, and with Luka, it just didn't go over well at all. When you start trash talking Luka,
right,
that's never going to end well. Like if I've trash talked him like in fun, he gives me the stink eye. You are not doing that to Luka, and Grant found out the hard way.
How did Dirk, when you said, because like you said, Luka's going into his 6th season. Dirk played 20 seasons with you, the only franchise that he's ever played with. You say, yeah, right now, Luka's the best player. You really believe that right now that he's a better player than Dirk's ever been?
Yeah. I mean, Dirk, remember, the league has changed.
Right.
And Dirk, the skills he brought, and even more than the skills, the mindset. Dirk is mentally tougher than any human I've ever met in my life. Whether it's dealing with pain, because better than anybody, right? It's what you do off the court.
Right.
What you do off the field that defines what you do. If you don't do it off, mentally, physically, intellectually, right? Learning all the things you need to do, your football IQ, your basketball IQ, doesn't matter how talented you are, right? We've seen mostly talented guys just flame out in a minute. And so, Dirk had that mindset that was stronger than maybe anybody other than Michael Jordan. And that's, Luka, on the other hand, in terms of actual skill and killer instinct, Luka can handle the ball. Dirk needed somebody to get him the ball. That's the only reason, right? If Dirk came out now, right, and he'd have the skills and the handles, right? Because, like kids today, they watch on Instagram, they watch on TikTok, all the drills and all the handles, and they see Steph and they see Luka and Kyrie, and so they all emulate. Dirk would have been out with all those handles, and
It'd have been unfair.
a whole different.
So basically, you've been Kevin Durant before Kevin Durant. For sure. Kevin Durant got handles and can shoot the ball. Then 7 foot tall can shoot the ball like Dirk. So basically,
Exactly.
you've been KD before KD.
He would have been, right? And then some. And that's no disrespect to KD,
Right.
who was that first person to give me that hookah.
When Luka's contract's up, he's going to have the biggest contract in NBA
Yeah,
history.
sure.
Do you believe we're going to get to a point in time, I don't know how soon, probably because of the way it's going, that we're going to see an NBA player with $1 billion contract?
Yeah, for sure.
$1 billion, Mark?
Yeah, but I mean that presumes that TV keeps on going up the way it is.
Yeah.
But you're going to see $100 million a year here shortly. Because if the TV contract has 10% increases in the cap, the way the CBA works, right? And you saw Steph, at $62 million for 1 year.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, when Luka and Tatum and all these guys, man,
Tatum just got what? Tatum just got what, like 400?
Something.
So Luka's about to get
A lot. A lot. And it's going to go crazier. Like this year, this coming year is still old CBA, old TV money, right? Once that new TV money kicks in, like, they'll be making more money a year than I will. These guys are going to be making, like, I don't care how many billions you have. Like, I don't have a real job, right? And so I'm not making $100 million every year. Right? You're going to have players making more than the owners.
wow.
And that's okay, right? There is no league without them, right? That's what makes basketball, the NBA, different than every other sport, right? You couldn't recognize 50 or 53 guys on an NFL roster if they walked in the door, right? NBA, right? Particularly if you play 2K, you knew all 15 guys and the two-way guys too,
Yes.
right? And that's unique. You don't have that in baseball. You don't have that in soccer. Or the NHL. That's unique. They are the league, and they earn every penny of it.
As a former NFL player, I know a thing or two about high performance, and that's why I drive the BMW 7 Series. This car has everything I need. It's big enough, comfortable enough, and luxurious enough to meet even my high expectations. When I'm behind the wheel of the BMW, I'm not just driving a car, I'm driving legacy. What I love most is the precision engineering, cutting-edge technology, and unmatched style, whether it's spacious interior, the powerful engine, or the smooth ride. BMW makes sure every detail is on point. I trust BMW to deliver the ultimate driving experience, and I know you will too. So why wait? Head over to BMWUSA.com. Check out models like the sporty X3, the all-electric i4. Build your dream car today and join me and experience luxury and performance that only the ultimate driving machine can offer. Well, obviously, there's been a lot of buzz because the streaming is really taking a swing over. I mean, you have Amazon.
I remember when you said, started the first streaming platform.
Yes, thank you very much. Let's go back to that. I read a quote I was probably 22, 23. This says a genius sees things that no one else sees, and he's getting it to the bullseye. The streaming platform. Mark, how can you have foreshadow? This word is heavy.
Yeah, it was easy. Actually, I mean, it made perfect sense to me. I've been in the technology business for a long time, right? And my buddy Todd, and actually the building we started, it was next door there, 2 doors down. And we're like, look, this internet stuff, it's going to be multimedia at some point, right? Let's start with audio, and eventually it'll get to video. And we're like, okay, is anybody else doing this? No. Okay, let me buy a computer. I bought another computer, put it in the second bedroom of my house. And I was like, let's just grind it out. And we started going to every radio station, every sports league. Like, we just got all the rights and locked them up. We were YouTube before YouTube. And really, it was hard to do. But in hindsight, I was shocked no one else had done it before.
Wow. And you look back at it. So when you sold that first company, you're like, did you like, that was easy? Do you start a company with the hope
fulfilling it? No, never. Right? I always start a company with the hopes of fucking things up, right? And trying to disrupt things, you know? So, like, I remember when we started, it was audio net before it was broadcast.com, and people were like, well, what's your mission on, you know, what's your personal goal? And I'm like, I want to be the next Ted Turner, because Ted Turner had TBS, right? He started CNN, right? And then he was, you know, doing, the racing, the yacht racing or whatever, the world,
World Cup.
yeah, World
No,
Cup.
what would you call it?
America's Cup.
America's Cup.
Right? And, or something like that. But in any event, and he has champagne everywhere. He has hot girls everywhere, right? And he's like managing the Braves when he wanted to. I'm like, come on, that's what I want to be, right? I want to have fun. And so the goal, though, was to see if we could turn this thing and actually at some point in time replace television. And it happened slower than we expected, but it's happening now. And that was the vision.
Is linear, well, because it seems like people just like go linear for live sporting events. It's like everything else is kind of like the Netflix, the Amazon, is the Tubies, all that other stuff is on like streaming platforms.
Yep.
Is that where we're, so in the next 5 to 10 years, Mark, where are we going to be?
That's where we're going to be, right? Because linear television is struggling. ESPN used to have 110 million subscribers. Now they're down in the 70s or something like that. And that's changed, right? You know this industry well, right? And it's harder even for Fox Sports and those guys. And so the money's just not going to be there. It used to be like there was a time where it was like, okay, what are the new shows on ABC, CBS, and NBC, right?
See, we must watch TV. You set your clock like, now I'm going to watch Friends.
Right.
I'm going to watch Everybody Loves Raymond or all the, whatever.
And Shark
Cheers.
Tank. And Shark.
Yeah.
And Shark Tank.
Yeah, Shark Tank. Yeah. Hey, did you know that was going to be?
No, I thought it was going to suck, but we'll get there in a sec, right?
Okay.
So, but those shows, like, are scripted shows, they're not going to linear television anymore.
No.
They're going to streaming, right? Netflix and Peacock and Max and those guys. And so, now the linear stations are trying to do all sports, and that's their angle. And on Shark Tank, literally, when I got asked to be a guest shark, and they're like, we'll give you 3 episodes. I'm like, cool, I'll come on. This show's not going to last.
Right.
I'm just going to go on there.
I'll be on TV for 3 shows.
Right, that's exactly right. I'll be on, I'll be on network television on ABC for 3 shows. I'll raise some hell, show people I know what I'm talking about with business, and we'll see what comes next.
Right.
And the next thing you know, bam. Of course, I take all the credit.
This media rights deal, obviously TNT has been at it. It's an institution. All right, Chuck, Kenny, Charles, and Kenny, Shaq, Ernie,
yeah, and Shaq.
So obviously they're an institution, and after this year, they're not going to be there unless NBC or ESPN or one of these Amazon, somebody picks them up. How difficult is that? Because they say, well, we're going to sue because we had right of first refusal, or whatever the case may be. And you don't have to get too deep into it, Mark. But so what's going on with that? Did you know that the media rights deal was going to be basically like 3X, 4X, 10X?
Yeah, because we were the last big media deal available. Because think about what we just said, right? How do you keep linear TV alive?
Yes.
Right? You need sports. And the NFL's already locked up, so who's next? And so if you're going to stay alive, you needed us. And then when streaming wanted some of it to be able to carve out just something like Amazon carves out, Peacock carves out some, it's like, why would we not take that money?
Yeah.
And I mean, 51% goes to the players, so they were happy about it too.
Absolutely. I think the thing is that these platforms, the streaming platforms, the Netflix, the YouTubes, they want to be channels. They want to be taken serious, and you cannot do it without sports.
No,
live
you can't. Because that's what's kept them alive, right? The NFL, and to a lesser extent, the NBA and Major League Baseball, the other sports are helping, but they're living on the NFL.
Yes.
Right? And the NFL is just more and more and more and more. But at some point, there'll be a tipping point, right? Because it costs more to get a linear television network than it does just a streaming, right? Because the cable network, the satellite network, they're having to pay all this money, and they're having to charge consumers all that money. That's not going to stick around forever. It's not sustainable the way it is today, and all those platforms are trying to figure out the right way to do it.
If Mark Cuban was an NBA player today, how would he spend his money? how would he invest his money? What type of business? If you were to be a player, so right, coming in, so you don't have the business on that you have, just chill, right? Yeah, right. So if I'm just a two-way player, yeah, right. If I'm a two-way player, I'm living like a student because you don't know how long it's gonna last, right? And one of the hard things is, like I didn't grow up with money. I didn't have shit, and so it's hard when you first get money to understand what it is, right? How much do you have? What do you actually do? Because you hear all these stories, and you think maybe you know how that goes, right? You don't think it's going to happen, right? And you hear a bunch of stories about people losing it all. So I tell guys all the time, save your money. One broken ankle and it's over. And if I'm somebody making 40, 50, 60 million, then I'm hiring somebody that knows what they're doing, but it ain't going to be one of my friends. Right? It cannot be your friend because your friend wants to be your friend. A money guy needs to make you money. Yeah. Right? And it can't be a friend of a friend of a friend. It's got to be somebody who's done it for big time people and knows the shit. Right? Because that's the other place guys get tied up. Well, that's my guy. He's been with me forever. I want to take care of him. Let's get into finance. No. He can still be with me. He can be your friend. Right? I'll take you to dinner. I'll pay you some money to take care of things, right? But you can't, don't invest in the restaurant. Don't invest in clothing label. Don't invest in the liquor company, sorry. But, what you said, right, that is the depth, right? So it's not so much now, right? But in the early 2000s, early 2010s, everybody wanted music label, right? Everybody was either going to be a rapper or they were going to, have a label and sign rappers because that's what was going on. And, one athlete's label that's done any good. Clothing companies. It's hard. Right? This is hard because there's no barriers to entry. What's very funny, it's funny because I get people talking to me all the time. So I've got this brand name, right? Let's get busy, LGB. And you think it's like a clothing line based on LGB, right? Or, I've got this one song that I'm going to do, right? And so this isn't this the best song It's not that easy. After that was Matt's song, obviously your signature player. Okay, you've had some great players, man. What has been fun? What has turned you into in this organization? He is the organization. He's the definition of the Dallas Mavericks. And again, not just what he did for us on the court, but who he is off the court. There's that guy that's going to the hospital for not being asked. That's taking time with the kids, visiting them. He has a special ed, and he's making sure kids are coming, and he's just got, he's got that heart. And people know he loves the house, and as a result, Dallas loves him. And that's interesting. That's the part because a lot of these international players, when they're done, they go back to their respective countries. Dirk has remained. He's turned when he goes back. Yeah, but you're right. He's Dallas, right? But he stays here. He lives here. Just built a house here. To his chair continuously. You can't take the Dallas out of it. Is it true that he brought his meals on the road and the ball? Some, right? Some. Yeah, no, I do remember that, right? Because he wanted health and stuff, right? So he did. I forgot all about that. So he went and get big special away from him because he wasn't going to eat anything. Because it's like a team, like there's fried chicken everywhere. Yeah. So whatever the players just want to eat, right? And he was like, no, I'm going to fried food. European players really look at what the last 6 MVPs has been European players. They got Jokic 2, 3. They got Giannis 2. They got Joel Embiid 1. Why have we seen a shift toward European players are starting to dominate the images of the draft for 2 reasons? One, the rest of the world is better than us. Right? So we got 330 million. There's 8 million people that don't know players. So there's more options available, right? Particularly now in Africa and India and, I love that whenever I think India now, they got
pants on, tan toes in, because oh man, that's not that nice. But so there's just more people, and then the training methods are different. There's no equivalent of AA, and kids here, like my son, whoever, they're playing game after game after game. They're hardly practicing. And there's 2 practices a day, and we might play 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 times a week. And so the focus is on developing skills, and no matter, here in school, we kind of pigeonhole people into certain positions. You're right, right? You just tell them one.
The biggest guy you played in the quarterback.
Right. And so that's changing some, but they don't really work on all the skills, or you don't know what they're building in basketball. I take it back a little bit because kids now are far more skilled at the high school level, the junior high level. You see the handles. My son got handles, like he's got my athleticism, which they play. So I see that the handles. I still don't still. Just get my athleticism. It's like, but his handles are off the charts, right? It's no big deal. All the guys on this team can handle. And they get that from social media, but they don't get the same basketball IQ, right? They don't. So that's what things are going to come up with him, right? Then what's going to happen next, right? It's just the way things go. You don't see that a lot with AAU. And the parents get into it too. It's like, I got some minutes, right? My girls some minutes. That makes more sense.
It's not like that in the European parents aren't hungry birds. They're hungry. They're not hungry.
Not like here. Not like here, because I mean, it's a lot of pressure on kids too, right? They'll take it, and that's tough. That's really tough.
Dennis Ruhr calls it black. He said, they asked me the truth. He said, because European basketball is great basketball IQ, no entertainment. It's great culture, really, really high IQ guys who know how to play the game. Of course, the U.S. is the best league in the world, but Europeans, they're cooking for sure. Kings didn't take kindly to that. He's like, he took a picture of them when they won the gold medal. He said, best IQ and entertainment. What was Dennis Schroeder trying to say if you understand what he was saying?
Yeah, of course I understand, right? So once you get past the top 30 players, IQ matters, right? Because you've got to be able to play with them. You've got to be able to play with them because they have high IQs and everything else to go with them. But the guys who are, 10, 6, 7, that roll around the roster, you can have a high basketball IQ to know where you fit, know where your role is. And if all you ever learned was, dribble, like you don't have an IQ, right? It's going to be harder to fit in the NBA, right? And so both the KD and Michigan was right because we have the best players in the Scotties, right? But still, out of those top 20 players, there's a reason why those guys have been MVP. And so, if you have the level of skill that you need, and you have that basketball IQ, and it's developed, and if you flip it around, if we did the same development here, some kids, and you combine the athleticism and the skill and the basketball IQ, there might be half the number of European players or foreign players in the NBA, which is going to give them that basketball IQ support.
Are American players, are we too reliant on athleticism?
I think it depends. To a certain extent, yes. There's some players that, like the KDs of the world, like the LeBrons of the world, that are American have basketball IQs off the charts. They're just insane, every element of the game. But kids see that and they try to replicate, what Anthony Edwards does, right? Dunking behind the head, right? And, dunking down banks and all that stuff, right? And I don't see that from European kids coming in. And I think that's the difference. If you apply the same training techniques and combine it with the athleticism that we have in this country, it'd be a whole different league.
I've never seen him play in person, but you've had a front row seat to see this guy over the last decade, and that's Nicole Jokic.
Yeah.
When you look at a guy, and just looking at him from television, you're like, okay, he doesn't have the cap shoulders like Giannis. He's not freight trained like LeBron. He can't jump out the gym like a young Shaq. Bro, he just light people up. What is it about him, Mark, that makes him so great, so unique, that he's able to dominate when he doesn't have anything about him that's physically dominant? You know what I mean? Like, if you just saw him in the street, like, you'll be like, this chubby dude, right? Oh my God, he can play, right? But it's skill, skill and basketball IQ. You combine being 6'11", 6'11", with basketball IQ, skill, he can shoot, he can dribble, he can pass, he sees things 3 steps ahead. You know, him a little bit, or like, traits in a lot of respects. When you have all those elements to your game, like there's always a place for a shooter. Yes, always a place for a shooter in the NBA. There's always a place for somebody who can rebound. Now, if you can rebound and shoot, okay, you're going to be good. If you can rebound and shoot, handle, you're going to be really, really good. Yeah, if you can rebound and shoot, handle, and your basketball IQ is top 5 in the NBA, you're a star.
In 2006, you said the situation with Dirk didn't change. He started taking what he gained, the way he trained, the way he did every single thing was different than the previous years because he had gotten so close. He got a taste of what it was like to play the NBA Finals. You go up 2-0. You had to be feeling this is going to be a fun interview. We're going to get to the fun stuff. So when you go up 2-0, you just like, we got to listen up.
We were up 2-0, and it was the third quarter, and we're in Miami. And I was sitting right behind the bench, right? And I'm standing up clapping, and I'm thinking, we're up like 14 minutes. And I'm thinking to myself, oh shit, we might sweep these dudes. Now, 2 seconds later, right, Udonis Haslam steals the ball, goes in for a layup. Now it's wrong. Then, a couple minutes later, Shaq pushes Eric Dampier, pushes him, they call a foul on Eric Dampier. I'm like, oh, he gets 6 points, so we're in trouble. Shaq gets 15 minutes, right? I'm like, oh, shit, we're fucked. And, went downhill from there. Dwayne Wade goes to the free throw line 973 times, right? So, it was over.
Let me ask you, the relationship that you have is like maybe only what Dr. Buzz had with Matt. Is that you hang out with the players, you hang out with the players. Do you find that how do you manage that? Because at the end of the day, you are the owner. I mean, you can sign players, you can trade players, you can release players. How does that ever interfere with your relationship with the player?
Yeah, for sure. Like, my first year, we had a player named Eric Smith. Well, I got to be really close with him. Went to Nebraska. Didn't have a long NBA career, but great to me, right? And we got to be really good friends. And it was draft night, and the guys were like, there's a trade we need to do. Fuck. Right, we're going to have to trade him. And, it was then I learned that you got to do what's best for the team, and players will respect that, right? And players, when they get traded, they may not like it, but they see another opportunity, hopefully, in the next place. But I also realized that basketball is X number of years, life's a long, long time, right? Like, you don't want to screw up and let Steve Nash go. I've gotten to be friends with Nash. He took some time, right? He didn't like me for a long time, but, now we're friends again. And so, it's okay to be friends with them. It's okay to get close to them. You just have to be friends with them. And if you're honest with them, it's okay.
What are your thoughts on super teams? If you don't work?
Yeah, they don't really work. It's going to be a lot harder now with the new CBA. With the new collective bargaining agreement, they have this first apron and second apron thing, right? And if you have 3 max out players, you're right there by the time you have 15 guys, you're over the second apron. And if you stay at the second apron for, 2 years, you're getting your first draft pick to the end of the draft, or you can't trade it, and then the second year, if you're over at the end of the draft, right? And there's limited trade capability. And so I think it's going to be harder and harder and harder for teams to have, a big 3 that are all maxed out. Now, what you want is, like, what we hope is like a player, Clay comes in, right, and a Najee Marshall comes in, but we got someone drafted like Derek White, right, who could be an all-star caliber player like that. It's just like the Celtics. They were able to make a lot of trades because Jim Brown and Jacob, were on not rookie contracts, but on lower contracts. That's what you need to have happen. And if you go for it and you get 3 max out players and it doesn't work, I mean, look at the Clippers. They had 3 amazing max out players, and injuries got in the way. And it's going to be really hard to keep together a team like that.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for the Clippers to keep that thing because PG is gone. Kawhi can't, for whatever reason, he can't stay healthy. So
it's tough. It's tough, right? I don't want to talk specifically about any one team, but, you know, 3 max out players, particularly those numbers go up.
yes,
Right? Those numbers go up because the max out contracts, you know, as a percentage, you're at 35% for a super max of the cap. And if you got 3 of them, right, that's 105% of the cap,
Yes.
right? Depending on when you sign it, right? So it's not going to stay that way because, you know, you'll sign a guy at 35%, then the cap will go up 10%.
Right.
Right. So he won't stay at 35%, but it's close enough, right, over just
Yo.
3 guys,
Ooh.
that it's going to be hard to
Go lay down.
LeBron, obviously, are you surprised that he's
Go
been
lay
able
down.
to play as well as he has for as long as he has to be as durable
Go
as
lay
he
down.
Yeah, of course. I thought he was done 5 times longer. The guy's a beast, but he's got that mental fortitude, right? It's like we talked about with Dirk. He's just one of those guys that he understands the assignments. You've got to take care of your body. You've got to take care of your mind. You've got to take care of your skills. His 3-point shooting's improved, like,
Yes.
you know, and so he gets credit for doing the work. And, you know, that's what makes him one of the greatest of all time.
Genie, Juddy, taking it to the house. Reservations for 6. Whatever you call a touchdown, one thing's for sure. Touchdowns matter more at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. On the ground, in the air, from the special teams or the defense, we don't care how you score. We want to bet on touchdowns, and at DraftKings Sportsbook is the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Ready to place your first NFL bet? Try something as simple as betting on a player to score a touchdown. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your bet today. Ready to do your touchdown dance of your own? New DraftKings customers can bet $5 and get $250 instantly in bonus bets and get 1 month free of NFL Plus Premium. Download the DraftKings Sports app. Use code Shannon. That's code Shannon for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 and get 1 month free of NFL Plus Premium. Only on DraftKings.
The crowd is yours. I tell kids, and when I talk to athletes, I say you have to spend more time because you'll spend more time on the court on the field. They say, well, Mario, for every hour that you spend in the court, you spend 2.5 hours in the season. So if you would spend it on the court, you spend that kind of time, you need to spend time eating and take care of your time. But yes, it does not get easier. Yes, it does not get easier. Trust me, it's harder and harder and harder. You know, it's no fun, but it's all credit in the world for having that discipline to be able to do it. What's going to he has to be alone. Obviously, you know, I think you guys are looking at the right team to Vegas. I think Seattle is being talked about. I don't know if there's anybody else, but I think that's going to go with the 2 franchises. Obviously, he's kind of looking at Vegas. What's happening? I don't know, players. It's going to be a lot harder. Something like the Jordan, right? The guy is so successful as much as he wants. It's hard because players have one mindset and they look at other players in a certain way. You know, if I didn't get let me show you, right? I'm like this, I'm 55 years old, I don't know who's your ass, right? But yeah, it's just completely different perspective. It's hard to disconnect yourself from, and it's hard to be effective and not have your plan mindset. And so, like, we've seen general managers that are former players, not the great players that were, you know, they're the general managers. They're role players, they kind of watch everybody else and understand how to fit those pieces together. And so, for any single player, this might be hard. Either once a team in the day or argue when you're the full-time owner of the Mavericks, what's the typical day? What time do you wake up? What's your schedule? So it depends what part of the season it is. So during the off-season is when I spend the most work, right? Because the free agency and the draft and everything. So that's where I had to pay the most attention. And then when you get to the trade deadline, that's another time you have to pay a lot of attention. Otherwise, I'm just screaming and yelling. There's, you know, as long as, you know, and it also depends if they're winning or losing. If you're winning,
season. Everything is going smoothly. Okay, losing, one of those deals is rebuilding, and then there's losing when you think you're going to win. And when you're losing when you think you're going to win, that's when the owner has to do his stuff, right? You've got to communicate, you've got to make decisions. Is it the coach? Is it the players? Is it the general manager? And is it the decisions that we made? Is it chemistry? Why are we not performing the way we expected this team to perform? That's when it's hard as an owner because you've got to figure it out. I mean, I remember it was 2008, maybe. We were playing in Sacramento, and it was later than that. But anyway, we were playing in Sacramento, and we just won. And I remember walking to, I've only eaten probably 4 locker room speeches, right? And I walked in the locker room, and I started pointing at different guys. Did you get your paycheck this week? Yeah. Did you get your paycheck this week? And I went on, oh, did you get your paycheck this week? And they all said yes. Motherfucker, say like you got your paycheck. Because you already doing shit, right? So I can imagine the looks like, but we lost that game. It's the owners of it. It's like I've heard say, like, it's the code, player, GL, anything that's a staff. The owners of it look at themselves like, it's all the time, right? Because it's my final responsibility, like I said before. And you can make mistakes. And play it. I trained really hard. I trained for this one. And literally, I'm talking to you about it. I got into a no shoot up. It's like a real no shoot up. And I'm like, what the hell did I do? And from the beginning, it was just like, okay, let's see if we can integrate it. And it just wasn't going to work out. So it's just. All day, every day. That's it. Training. And so you make mistakes like that. And you just gotta learn from it, right? In the early days when I first bought it, you can kind of find the way out of mistakes and find the way into a better team because there are a lot more old school owners. Now there's, super rich people who are private equity groups and they can afford to play the whole game. Back in the early days, the 2000s, there were a lot of old school owners that are pops. Mom and pops have been there 40 years, right? And, you buy a draft pick for $3 million. And I'm like, okay, make a trade and take on $25 million in salary to save their ass. Okay, you can't even do that in the CBA. And now they have a lot more money, so they don't do it for like, okay, I'll buy that kids for you.
Mark, you made a decision and you sold the majority share of Mavericks. And I know the Mavericks are all the companies. I think the Mavericks are the best. I think they made the most.
Yeah, it's not what I've ever been for 23 years.
Right. How did you come to that decision? And was that a difficult decision? Because I'm sure you thought long and hard. Like, I would do it hard. I would do it hard.
I mean, it had more to do with those choices, only choices, right? One, because my family, right? I'm at that age, I'm not going to be around for 30 years, right? And so, my kids now are 15, 18, and 21, want to run this. When they decide not to, and then go on to it, right? And so that was the biggest thing. And in sports are like too. It's also, I don't want to just automatically put pressure on it. It's great when you're winning, right? Everybody wants to win a team when you're winning, right? But when the shit's hitting the fan, you're sucked. And what social media is like, your kids are on social media all the time. I want to put my kids in a position where they're like, man, for people that's not while they're just developing as adults. So that was one. And number two, to compete in the NBA now is expensive. Not all teams make money, it's not like the NFL. And in order to have the money to be able to do whatever you need, electric tax, whatever it may be, it's not just about technology or tickets and TV anymore. Like technology, okay, I got that down, right? TV, yeah, I got that shit down. Streaming, got that shit down, but now you got to build real estate. I don't know shit about real estate. And never did. So I had a chance to work with Patrick Duane starting years ago. We talk all the time about Short Days Casino gaming to Dallas or to Texas. And, he was talking about what it takes to build a casino and to build a new arena that's sitting there. And I was it's all this. And so, if the Mavs are going to compete, I was going to have to learn all that stuff. And I say, I don't want to work. And if it was going to take $2 million in cash to make all that work, Steve Ballmer's got that. I don't have that too. Now, which I'm happy about. Now you don't want to build. Now you don't want to build. Well, no, I just didn't know, right? After I borrowed and all that stuff, but I would have to learn it. Or I would have to just trust somebody. And that's just not my style. That's a lot of money. Trust a lot of money. Trust a lot on the line. And so now I've got a great partner with that we have today. We'll build something new. We'll make a destination in Dallas we're proud of. And he knows things. He's forgotten more about building than I've ever known. And so it makes a great partner, which puts the Mavs in a much better position to compete.
What are your thoughts on gambling? You think you're going to be able to have gambling here in Texas?
I do. I don't know when, but I do. Because, I mean, you guys live outside of Texas.
Yes.
What is it that you say about getting excited to come to Texas on a vacation? Did you ever coming to Texas on a vacation? You know anybody who does? I guess college people or some library or something. But yeah, it's great, right? Yeah, for 3 months. So maybe Washington, D.C., let's see South by Southwest. Yeah, but it's not really like vacation. But as a vacation destination anywhere in Texas. And so, I haven't changed that much. I went to Bellagio or Venetian in downtown Dallas. And not just people, like it's not just shows, right? You got all that stuff. You become, being in the center of the country, whatever you can, right? That place, all of a sudden become a top tourist destination in this country. And so that's what this is.
I remember looking at what gives that America just spending more to sports betting than they are here in this. Are you surprised by that?
I think that's a lot of the Asian persons. I read something similar. And so they're betting, they're betting a lot, right? They're buying crypto, Dogecoin, it's hard to chase the same money, right? And so, our kids are hard, right? You're a 22-year-old dude who's in college, right? And I know sports, and so you play, and probably going to lose, but it's a smart, right? It's just 13 money, kind of cryptos, right? I just think when you get to people who are in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, those I've seen that they're not much of a problem, they're not overspending.
When you sold it on the board, okay, you expect things $40 to $35 million overseas. Why did you
I'm not there without that. I did it my first solution company. I did it with Micro Solutions. We had 80 employees. They all got paid. I did it with Broadcast.com. I had 330 employees, 300 millionaires. And I wanted to do the same thing with the Mavs. They were there for me the whole time. And, it was enough money that for those who were there, 20 years or more, it was life-changing money.
So when you started the first FishingPlanet, you find out how you foreshadow the city, this direction. You said you're part of the computer, you guys sit down and start coding. How long before it's going to become a problem? So that's the hardest stuff. It took us 4 years to break it. So we obligated the number one IP division was on the market in 1998, and we sold it in June of 2020, I think it was. And that same quarter, we were right around the cash flow. But we were only in business for 4 years. And so in 2000, and so we were only in business for 4 years. So that wasn't good for a tech business. Did you ever think that YouTube and I remember you said to me in 1999, 2000, I went to a nail shop and the lady was telling me about how she had improved some bad things. I said, so tell me about it. She said, what you do with that? They'll look you on and they'll see that you tell me right to the door. You want to really want to, and you put it back in the thing and said, I said, what about bust his flight. I think Ron bust his way. I'm like, I don't know about that. She didn't really look like I'm thinking to myself, man, I just take like $10,000, $15,000. That's like, didn't you know that it would be that it would be a bit unusual YouTube and that they would use you? I mean, that's why I'm so upset with the island. That they had a huge opportunity. I mean, they were YouTube for YouTube and MLS. And, you know, when the internet's not really works, they're trying to do some real feedback instead of sticking with it. And, you know, the Hastings and the folks at Netflix, they were like, not back, right? They were going for it. And then YouTube shows up and they couldn't even afford to stay in business with that. Realized that just changed everything. First, it's spring platform, not even like ads.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 2006 they started, and it was just like short videos and short videos and sort of, then, you know, right into them, they got good partner, people did it right.
So like so when the company come in and they said, okay, behind it, and that all cash, that cash was not sold.
In our case, it depends on the company, right? But in our case, with podcast.com, it was all sold. And so, in my mind, I was like, oh shit, right? We have this all this on our crash. So I was able to, I did some phone calling. So I sold the right to somebody to buy the stock at a higher price. That's the selling calls. And then I used that money to buy puts, which protected me in case the stock price cratered. And the stock price came clean, and those puts became worth even more money than I got from the stock. And then they called it one of the top 10 trades in the history.
So that's how they call it. So that what e-commerce purchase, what you purchase,
I bought like Jack. So I
and you go to
yeah, so I just got paid. And felt like times like I don't want that, I want to check, right? I want to check. And so I'll like that guy, that's what I did. So I got in contact with Wall Street. I emailed them and I said, okay, can I get a test flight? They sent me a test flight. I'm like, okay, I like this. Right from the country, I like the right from this price. The price was $40 million. The test number, right, send me the paperwork. Email me the paperwork. Email the GP. I did the wire transfer, did the whole thing online.
so the check was already cut. But you never had a check.
No, I checked it out. It's just yeah, so that's what I did. So I asked for, you know, where's the kitchen and how many seats was laying on it. And the test flight that the actually
Tell us about that lifetime pass, lifetime pass, you book 2 lifetime passes where you can fly first class anywhere in the world, whenever you want.
right, so it's just more than a people I can take anybody with me, right? So the standard, so my first couple of micro sections, I was 29, I think, 30, and you know, just sold this company, walked away with $2 million, and I was like, my buddies and I, went on just went to all over the school steakhouse, you know, they have one where you can ask for a phone and get into a chat, and all of that, and I'm like, you know what, what do you want? What do you think you're going to do with all this money? And I'm like, I don't care about the cars or this. You know, a smile line for if I can get this lifetime pass, I wonder if such a thing exists. So I'm like because I realized because I traveled from like 1-800-422-6461 in the America, I think that's still the number, right? Is it? So that's all right. But anyways, so I called them up this do you guys sell lifetime passes? They're like, let me connect you to the America. I'm like, what? Right? So I got all that information on covers and I signed up. It was initially $125,000, and then I upgraded it. And I don't know how much I paid, but they gave me almost unlimited miles for me and somebody else for the rest of my life. Yeah.
So, where the pass in
My dad's passed away. I gave it to him, and then I gave it to a friend. So it was transferred just one time. Yeah. Because my dad died, because I didn't use a lot, and I didn't use a lot, so and then transferred it. Now we need to right? I'm just telling you, like $125,000, and I'll take you to the math. That's 12 cents a mile. I can do that. But man, like I'd be out in LA or Dallas, and like on a road trip. Let's call American Airlines and see if they got free flights tonight. Let's go to Vegas. What's your name again? Doesn't matter. Let's go to Vegas. Oh, you live the life. That's what I did. That was like the early 90s, man. That was a different time. We're talking about investment in money. Now I'm just really conservative. You know, I like investing in small companies, startups, where I can help entrepreneurs. I like to do that. That's where I can do Shark Tank. But with interest rates at 5+%, I take risk. Right? So it's easier to do that. Because the tax rates and treasuries around. But I still like to invest in some groups. Man, y'all Shark Tank, y'all be taking a big one. Man, I got one team out the company that don't work like 19 and quite a bit of so y'all come in and taking 47%. They offered you 5. Can they go to 2? What? Depends on the size of the company, right? I'm giving them a lot of money because if they just need money, they wouldn't be there, right? And so they're not there because, you know, maybe they're there because they're commercial, but they're there because they need help. And so, you know, it's been a lot of fun. I've invested in hundreds of companies there over 15 years. Some have done really well. Beatbox beverages, you may have heard of Two Pipes, you probably heard of there's just a bunch of them that just killed it. And some of them do as well, right? And so you gotta understand that, you know, 25% of the really different. Now to see that 60% are going to be okay, right? 2% are going to kill it. Then I got to make sure that this 15% are going to get paid on to cover all the other ones. You know, and bring the but I don't like that deal anyways, right? Because they sold for $1 billion, but they had to raise like $500 million to get there. You know, obviously it was a good product that paid out, but I have a little, right? Yes, you have to raise hundreds of millions of dollars to get tens of millions in sales. It ain't gonna work for me, right? Now, if you're able to sell and get an exit, more power to you. It's just something like that. So, God, you said, when you're in school, what are your needs? It's still my shit. Yeah, well, for sure, though. They told us in the workout with yeah, for sure, right? You have one show you to get back out with a line. No, hell no. The battery talks, that was the big investment. But you always know, you love being pleased. Amazon, I did for a while, you know, they were turning around, but when people didn't understand what they were doing, I made a lot of money, you know, a lot of calls, which, you know, went to buy a share at a high price. Yeah, I run a lot, and it went up 10 times what I put up, so I was a happy camper. And so, like, when they say it takes money to make money, because you've been in a situation because you stayed in these companies and been able to have money, so when you invest in companies, like you say, they're like the investment startups, you're able to make a killing. You know, in order to be a millionaire, you have to be like this one. There's no way around it, right? I don't care how smart I think I am, or Bill Gates, or Steve Ballmer, or Buffett, or Elon Musk. It takes love, right? You know, you gotta, I started doing things 5 years early, right? And coming out of college, and the internet was an outlet, right? You know, just when we started, when we started podcast.com, that was right at the right time, and no one had done streaming, and the internet stock market was blowing up, right? Okay, that's how you become a millionaire. And that, you know, that's what I'm smart. I teach other people for free to do. But if the internet stock market hasn't been the same, I'm just a guy, you know, just chilling, you know, myself, and you have no idea who I was. But it happens, you have to take some risks. I remember, you know, came out and they thought that the share of I gave $5 a share. And I remember sitting to my financial guys, I'm like, you know what? I had just signed with the Ravens, so I had some training. And I was like, man, I'd like to buy $300,000 worth of some of the he says so right. And so, you know, it's going to come back. And they don't have to come out. I know. you're not the first one. It's like Nvidia. It's like Nvidia right now, right? Like I told myself, my son wanted to invest in it, and he bought some, and I'm like, I'd rather see it come down first. And my son's like, it's the extra down, right?
How many times have you split?
I mean, it's worth over $3 trillion. $3 trillion. Trillions. I mean, not millions. That's 1,000 millions of $1 trillion.
So, in my investment, I don't let a millionaire with you.
Right? You fucked up.
I mean, I was the man. The man thinks and I had the money to do it. That's somebody told me out of it. But what's the
There's 45 million last night, right? That should be what you're talking about.
they lost people that they say it's free without. So, when people try to take advantage of really have employees who receive from you as generous as you have the course of your career. How do you think does that if you serve people?
No, because people steal.
Like, they'll steal from somebody else, they'll steal from me.
And you know what? It's a good problem to have. I can afford that. Like, my first company, Micro Solutions, there was a lady, H-A-R-T-Y, right? She was our receptionist. And her job, she had one job, right? Take the payables for our vendors, put it in an envelope, flip the envelope, take it to the books of the bank, right? We had $84,000 in the bank every single day. Get a call from the bank. Sir, this woman just came from the drive-thru, and the checks white it out. He was white it out, never white out. Yes. She put her name in it. And what? I'm like, you need cash? Did you? We're a bank, sir. She took 82 of the $84,000 that we had. We were flat broke. We had the 82,000 was supposed to be the vendors. So now we had to call the vendors, say, please work with us, plus her ass, make sure you get paid. And they did. They worked with us, right? And the rest is history. But she could have just, then I was mad. That's why I always say, renegade, hard, your first place charge. You find her. That's what she has. And no one's found her since. And now I get emails from people, right? And they're like, I've heard about this thing today, right? And so it's just random names, right? The same name. Like, nothing else. She's like, changed her name. Or, she's related with how does she have certain cash? It hasn't. It hasn't at all. Like, my guys from grade school, high school that I grew up with, we just did this every 2 weeks. They come out to the ass games. I can see that. This for my buddies, my college buddies, we had still my best friends. I played rugby in college. And after my rugby teammates are still my best buddies. When I came to Dallas, I said, maybe 5 guys, 6 guys in a 3-bedroom apartment, and Shippy and Suze and Ronnie and Free all these guys, they're all still my great friends.
At the end of the day, that hard you will call his friend. Oh, for sure. The same guy just hanging out with you like great.
Yeah, right. Like I bought a book when I was in college. It's called How to Retire by the Age of 35. And basically what it says is live like a student so you can save all your money. Right? And then if you do that, and even if you're investing in like just the treasury, whatever, they pay 3.5%, okay, you get, $1 million and you make 5% on that, that's 50 grand. If you're living like a student, you turn that into $2 million, et cetera, et cetera. And that was my goal, right? So moving down to Dallas and living, sleeping on the floor all the time, going out and literally buy one beer and eating all the fried mushrooms and shit. I was cool with that. I was having a blast. I didn't feel no problem.
So I think the thing is, it's just said and done. So a lot of times, you speak to me, I don't speak to anybody else. But speak to me, I wouldn't have anything. I'm always wanting to make sure that I can take care of my family, but I want something that I can get what I'm worth. I want to be able to go. That's why I want something that I can get. If I saw something, clothes, as far as clothes, maybe a wife, I want to be related. Your mom and dad, were you like middle class?
Yeah, my dad did the cheap cars. You see something, this out of a minute, you take it to where my dad worked in the super. My mom did other jobs. My dad never made more than $40,000 a year at times.
That was good money, though. You do realize that.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining, right? Yeah, I'm not complaining, right? But still, and that's, he wouldn't retire. But like, even after I started making money, he wouldn't retire. Really? No. He had to work, but I can tell that's,
That's his thing.
that's his thing, yeah. And like he had, pull out that credit card and we all went to dinner and paid for it. I paid for it. That was against him.
I already had your little place, man. I have my own place.
A lot better.
That's what it was.
I'm telling you, you wake up and it's just like,
I mean, I was able to make house fine. The pain. It's like, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's the pain? 10.
it's like you're in bed, right? And you try to sleep and you block up. You have to do like a push up and like drop. I would have to do a drop just to get them to unlock. And like, I remember, I got one done at 49, and then the other one done like 5 years later. And I remember walking through the hall of arena, and one of our guys went to walk like an 80-year-old man. And I'm like, it's not. My legs would go that wide, and it's just like,
It's it. I mean, now you have to get up and you have to go. It was, it's what, I mean, the doctor told me, said, you have a survivor like you had here. Because every doctor says that after surgery, change everything. Absolutely change everything. Just tell us about the drugs, cost of drugs, helping me. Tell me about it. See, I was with you. Right. Are you right with us? I never was. I won't go with it. Smart self, right? Let me just tell you. You can buy 90 generic Cialis or generic Viagra for less than you pay me for a bag of M&M's from CosmosDrugs.com. Wow. One thing I know, they don't Smart. Not the name Smart. Not that brand Smart. The brand let me just tell you.
Right? If you get like 20 milligrams, you won't let anybody walk with them. Right? If you go to CosmosDrugs.com, I'm actually got a cold email from the doctor, Dr. Alex Archway, office is right across the street. He goes, I want to start this pharmacy that manufactures, compounding pharmacy that manufactures drugs that are under arrangements, right? So that people can't think about what I make them, so they can access to medications. I'm like, that's great. And so we started talking, and this is right about the time the farmer was going to jail. And I'm like, if this dude can like buy one drug and have them just jack up the price, then there's something wrong with this business. Let me look at it. And it was really obvious, really quickly, that what was missing is transparency. Nobody trusts the price of the healthcare, nobody trusts healthcare at all, right? Particularly medication, right? So if you get a prescription for something, the first question they ask is, can you afford it? It's like, where's your pharmacy? Right? And then, if you don't follow insurance, people make the line, and it's going to cost you $10 for it. That's what insurance is. So we started this company called CosmosDrugs.com, CosmosDrugs.com. And so we go to CosmosDrugs.com, and nothing we need, like, literally is Cialis with Tadalafil, which is generic Cialis. And 90 of it will show you our cost, right? Whatever we pay for it, we mark up 15%, we have our shipping and handling on it, and then we add it all together. In this case, less than a bag of M&M's, like, it's going to be cheaper than anyone else. And so, what else is cool about it, though, is there are a lot of companies before us that the 6-month pharmacy management have been doing it. They just jack up the price of certain drugs because they're not being so high on the supply demand. And so, like, I had a friend who was in school, right? And he lost his insurance, and they were going to, this drug goes ahead, they were like saying, they were going to charge him $30,000 every 3 months. And he's like, I can't afford it. They were mad about like the check. So I checked into it. This was 2 years ago. And I'm like, okay, I get it for $64 a month. There's these other drugs, muscular dystrophy, multiple sclerosis, and we'll see our price would be $21 for each one, and people are $2,000. Other drugs, and that, which is what came with them, anywhere from $200 to $2,000, depending on the drug. Our price is like $22 to $24. And so when someone comes to the site, you have this disease, and we're the only way you can afford your medication. Nobody buys from us, but you're telling everybody, you're telling them. And so, we launched on January 19th of 2022. So here we are 2.5 years later. Really, it's because we're changing people's lives. I get emails and texts and social media almost every day saying, oh my got just so many left. So if right now we have like 2,500 generics, 74 different brands, and we're adding more and more brands. But if you want to see if you can reduce the price of your medications, go to hospitals.com.
What made you say?
Healthcare insurance from what can you know, I know people are, yeah, I mean, one could be a better legacy, one could be a better way, you know, to really be successful in business than something like the healthcare business. And to me, that was everything, right? And to come in, and we only made it in 2.5 years, and we literally are changing the whole industry. And so I'm proud of that. I mean, it's exciting, it's fun, and we're just starting.
So that's the
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but whether it's tirzepatide, which is about Lilly, or Ozempic, which is from Novo Nordisk, right? By the way, Lilly just, so there's two ways you can get the diabetes, right? The GLP-1s from Lilly. And there's two ways you can get it with the pants, right? Or you can get it with the vial, right? And if you get it with the vial, they just started selling it with the vial this week. Instead of being $1,300 a month, it'll be $400 or $500 a month. So prices are starting to come down. And live up to the building. You know, a lot of doctors love the science, but they live up to the building. It's not changing the life. You know, people crave foods, and if they never got down under $100 a month, and everybody's going to take it, right? And it's going to be a part of like destiny, right? People are going to eat less food. Yeah, they're going to eat less food. And people are going to be healthy. They're going to eat less healthy. Yeah, they're going to eat less healthy. You know, they're going to be fewer heart attacks, etc. Everything else keeping going. Everybody's, you know, different side, different body. You don't have, you know, everybody responds the same way. You don't have to take it. You don't have to take it.
so I guess 15 weeks out of being skinny.
I mean, yeah, but you don't have to. I mean, there's studies that say, you know, she athletes, right? Somebody's doing 6'8", 350 pounds that are just in insane shape and great athletes. Everybody's doing their own thing.
Well, then we already talk about it. Not too
So, no. It's real. Okay, so like, what are the other ones? There's the Illuminati, and who are the other ones that are like that? There's like other
yes,
societies, right? I'm like, I'm rich as fuck, I'm Jewish. Nobody has me to join in secret societies, right? Nobody. I'm like, hello? I can at least get an invite to a cocktail party. Nobody. I'm like, okay, maybe it's me. It's cool. I mean, I'm going to parties. I have this shit, right? So some people are the bosses. Man, Judy, man, right? It's not so good for kids anymore. It's not good when it comes to politics and medical information. There's a ton of misinformation. But, I mean, it's social media. Social media is the social media. You know, maybe some on Instagram, maybe some on TikTok, but even there, right, you post something you think is no big deal, people kill you, right? They give a shit about everything just because they can. And there's just no way around that. And even worse, right? The way the algorithms work now, everybody's social media feed is different. Yes, you know, yours is different than mine, and different than each one of them, so everybody's different. And so the way things has changed, the way people consume information has changed. We have an election coming up, right? And everybody gets their own feed, and nobody knows what's real information. And everybody now takes things in like 15, 30 seconds out. What's that?
I tell you, actually, he's one of the most hard times we've done. Sometimes he's not trying to help. How hard it is to see someone that late for you with heavy illness.
I thought we had you know, we sent him down to Jason, this place down in Florida, and it's like a farm just rented. You know, he's making progress, some pictures, Dante's emailing me, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm doing this. And Dante, so it's just over the fence, disappears. And then put it back again. Making progress, this is it. Same shit. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's what mental illness is mental. It is real. You just wish it away. You just be happy today. You know, I got other friends, finding out these other people that I support and help. You just want them to get help. But some things you can't help on everything.
It was shocking. Twitter before. So what's your writing book with Elon?
Oh man, I just like to fuck with him. Right? It's like nobody likes to fuck with him, right? So I'm like,
Yeah, he can turn into Twitter, man.
I mean, he's got really thin skin, and so it just makes it easy. And it's like, he sets himself up, right? When it's your place and it's your business, it's like a club, right? Yeah, come on in and have a drink, and everybody just assume everybody's just gonna, say yes to you, right? Nobody ever says that there was so much right. Just one. I don't have anything personal against them, and I never initiate it, right? The only time I ever come back at Elon is when he tries to fuck with me. So he's called me a racist, he's called me all these different names, he's always called me names, I don't care. And if you're gonna call me a name, I'm just gonna fool you, right? Because it's you're Elon, and it's just a random, what's the point?
I find suspension.
I mean, look, if you don't think Donald Trump is a threat, you don't think the state is looking at election. I just know about those 25 years old person, but I don't think he's moral, I don't think he's ethical. I've seen him rip people off, I don't believe pretty much anything he says. So to me, I've been trying to support him.
What your thoughts on me?
I like it. I think it's a good business, right? I think a lot of people try to misrepresent what it is. But to me, diversity means, keep business going forward for people, other people aren't looking. Like, not all companies recruited HBC leaders, right? Not all companies there is this large Indian population where there's a critical LGBTQ population. So, I want, like any other business element, I want to look where people are, because that's where you find smart people. And then once you find those smart people, then you're going to be qualified. You're going to hire them if you're going to qualify. Right? Just some people think like, okay, I hired them because black, LGBT, Hispanic, but they must not be qualified. No, you're not going to hire them unless they're qualified, right? So DEI doesn't mean hiring less qualified people. It just means finding people that they have to be diverse, right? You're looking at other people, right? Because you can be as diverse as you want. You can be LGBTQ, trans, black, and Hispanic. If you're not qualified, you're not getting hired, right? That doesn't make you any good, right? But I want to go where other people are looking. And then once you hire them, it means equity, right? It means I'm going to put you in a position to succeed. I hired you, right? For some reason, what you need to do. And then, I talking about is how we let you be there, right? And so being inclusive means if you're LGBTQ, if you're trans, I don't give a fuck as long as you're okay, right? John, I don't care, right? You're lumberjacks, I don't care, right? Before I can see a lumberjack, so I don't care, right? But, I'm going to make sure people in the workplace, in the organization, respect them, right? You're a boy, you want to call yourself student. I don't care, right? People are calling you student. And some people, they use it as an excuse when they don't get a job, right? Oh, it must be TBI. No, I mean, you're qualified or not, right? And once you get there, just because you were hired in the first, doesn't mean you get a promotion. Doesn't mean you get the next job. And to me, that's what DEI is. That's what I think it's about.
How we get to or how far it's like that happening that already has some like range with it. So they were to tell them, what she was looking for. They never really know.
Yeah, of course you know. I mean, she'll let you hit you with the touch of it. I got six. We got some, right? I mean, I could have went the test before we got ready. And so, one of the White Castles, because I was put in the end, White Castle, right? Yes. And so, White Castles, and if you really love me, you go White Castle, shoot. Give me time to tell your kids. It's obviously, to me, the sincerity of what I did and everything. Some of the advice that you keep with love for them.
or yeah, you know what they have some they have. So number one is when your friends get drunk, nobody cares, right? When you get drunk, because you're my kid, you're on the front page of the paper, you're all over social media. So always pay attention to what you're having, what you're doing, be respectful. Number two, you've got to set your own path. You've got to understand that as you get older, you're going to want to define your own future. So you're going to have to do work. I know that we just want my son to that effect. And just generally, right? And I say this to all kids. Don't make it right. To be successful, you have to be curious because the world's always changing. You have to be agile because the world's always changing. And I also have an income some really stupid things, right? You asked me three, so number one is how you do anything is how you do everything. Right? It applies to sports, and I think it applies to life. Right? And because that's probably the most important because most people will cut every corner that they can, right? And I don't want them to cut corners because, you know, you don't have a shell, I don't have a maid. So when I travel, you know, I've got different places. I don't have anything. I smoke my own laundry, I make my own food. So I have a little shell. I live in Manhattan Beach in LA. I think that's supposed to be ocean. So we have food there. From New York, we have an apartment there. We have food there. We do So I do in Dallas, right? We have somebody who cooks my food because I try to be healthy. My wife makes it for everybody else, and she cooks her own food. And we do have some, we have people in the house. It's 2,000 square feet. Plans with it, but I'm good with this. Anything that works with me, Johnson. And man said, basically, because we really don't skill that I need. So we would see. Catch my short backs. I ain't taking down this one. Nobody they I got no time to fight. I'm good for bad. Just I ain't good for that. What are you going to that country? Magic. I've known Magic 25 years. But I've never heard Magic go. That cat's a relic. Yeah, he's super sweet. Magic. Yeah, things hurt me. Right. That was hurt, right? And it's not like anybody else. Like this guy looked to me, right? You know, and so, you know, and that's his vibe, right? He's going to talk, he's going to touch shit, he's going to start things up. So I respect him. He's been great for the NBA because he's got a great energy to him, right? And he's a social media machine, right? That's the way it works. But, yeah, Patrick was right. Or you would have essentially, right? Shot really, really passionate. Really appreciate that. He also tough a lot of fun. I'm in Arlington, Texas, at Metroplex Gym. Home training gym. Anytime this dude left here, Ronnie Coleman. You saw him twice. Rushing out of the two in half a year. You saw him get him to 800 pounds in half a year. You saw him play right over 2,300 pounds. How many times in half a year? Great bench today. Great body. Yep. Chip workout here. Yeah, man, chip workout. Man, I'm 25. Man, walking ball, man, I'm quick. But I ain't quick. Oh, I told you, man. We wrong. Oh, man, I think man, like me to do some weight. I used to be playing. Hey, both. Hey, definitely don't have one. You smart? Nah, I don't need no problems with my weight. My weight's real. That's all you need. Just warm it up. I know 10 years I don't want to lie. Yeah, yeah. In my range, I'm right here. I ain't trying to show out. Okay, I appreciate it. I ain't trying to show out. Oh, shit. I'm just showing up. Yeah. What's the rep car here? I'm just thinking 20.